From the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
And an update now on a story affecting some public transit riders this morning. There are no BART trains running at this point. The system-wide shutdown was caused by a problem with BART's power supply.
Now, BART says that it has crews troubleshooting, but there is no estimate when service will begin again. BART is posting updates and alternative travel plans on its website. The medical examiner's office has identified the bicyclist killed in a collision with a truck in San Francisco. 30-year-old Tess Rothstein was from Berkeley. The accident happened just before 8:30 yesterday morning at the intersection of Howard and 6th Street. The 30-year-old was riding an electrified Ford Go bike when the collision happened. Paramedics were not able to revive her.
That could have been me. That could have been a friend. That could have been any one of our 10,000 members.
That portion of Howard Street does not have bicycle lanes. Bicycle safety advocates say they have been pushing to get bike lanes installed there.
And if you're a Caltrain rider, you may soon find yourself riding into Google Station on a Facebook train. Well, those are just some of the possibilities after Caltrain recently approved a new naming policy. It allows companies to purchase naming rights to Caltrain assets, things like trains, even stations. Now, the policy is aimed at generating new revenue.
A teacher's strike has been averted in the East Bay suburbs. Negotiators resolved the final sticking point over class sizes. A tentative deal puts a cap on how large a class can be in elementary and high schools in the San Ramon Valley Unified School District. It also reduces student-to-staff ratios for counselors and teacher librarians. And teachers get a 4% raise. Workers will vote on the proposed contract next week. We have posted more details on the deal on our website at kpix.com.
And the Bay Area Quality Management District is investigating a peculiar odor in the Richmond area. Now, the district is working with the Chevron oil refinery to identify potential sources of any strange smells. The refinery released a statement that reads in part, quote, "The Chevron Richmond refinery received several calls from residents in Richmond and San Pablo complaining of a strong odor. After a thorough investigation, we did not detect any odors caused by the refinery related to these complaints." Now, heavy storms have caused recent flaring incidents at the refinery, and if nearby residents smell or hear anything unusual, they're encouraged to call a noise and odor hotline at 510-242-2127.
Storm damage in Santa Rosa forced a preschool to abruptly close this week to clean up mold. The Press Democrat reports that Mary Hill Preschool is closed indefinitely. According to that report, the school emailed parents late Tuesday, leaving many parents scrambling to find backup care. Now, water reportedly seeped into the building through the walls and doors. The school later closed to do mold remediation after getting back air quality test results.
It just sounds like a common problem. You know, these are older houses, and I'm not really concerned about it. I think it's just a wear and tear thing.
We reached out to the school but have not yet heard back.
In the meantime, scientists say that all the rain and snow in California this winter will not reduce the risks of wildfires. A team of researchers looked at the link between the amount of rain and snowfall each year and the severity of fire seasons afterwards. And what they found is that we have an abundance of fuel in our forests. And even when we have a wet winter, our increasingly warmer and drier summers simply overwhelm the moisture. They say climate change is a big factor.
Absolutely. And it's not just the warmer summers, it's the warmer winters too. More of the precipitation, it looks like, will fall as rain instead of snow.
And we spotted evidence this week of how the rain is creating lovely vegetation. And the scientists say that it will only dry out and become fuel for possible fires. And drivers can enjoy the stunning scenery on Big Sur this weekend and not the detours.
Caltrans is going to extremes to get Highway 1 reopened. Fire's on! They were blasting boulders at Paul's Slide yesterday, getting loose debris above the road cleared so that it can open. They were also busy patching these massive cracks. They opened up in 2 spots during the recent rains, forcing the road to close. Now, yesterday, crews were out making repairs and repaving at Mud Creek. It was the last stretch to reopen this afternoon. Caltrans says there may be some traffic control delays this weekend, but for now, the road is open.
And repair funds being denied. The feds say they will not reimburse California for most of the cost to fix the Oroville Dam. In 2017, the spillways crumbled and fell away during heavy rains. Now, FEMA did approve $333 million for repairs, but the agency is denying an additional $306 million to reconstruct the spillway. FEMA says the spillway failed mostly due to pre-existing problems, not just the heavy storms. And we've learned that the state plans to appeal FEMA's decision.
Today, the California Dental Association is offering free dental work on a first-come, first-served basis. The CDA Cares Solano event began yesterday and will conclude today. People lined up very early yesterday morning. The CDA says it expects to serve up to 1,200 patients during the two-day clinic. The event is taking place at the Solano Fairgrounds in Vallejo. The doors opened about a half hour ago. A Bay Area family devastated by the loss of their patriarch is frustrated by the way that the news of his impending death was delivered.
I want you to understand that when we start to do more and more morphine, there is a risk that your breathing might not be enough, right? This mask is not going to be effective at some point.
The news of Ernest Quintana's rapidly declining health was delivered by a doctor using televideo conferencing at a Kaiser Permanente facility in Fremont last weekend. The family posted this video on Facebook. Now, a statement from Kaiser reads in part, "We don't support or encourage the use of technology to replace the personal interactions between our patients and their care teams. We understand how important this is for all concerned, and we regret that we fell short of the family's expectations." The statement went on to say that the company will review how to improve patient experience with televideo capabilities.
And Empire star Jussie Smollett is in new legal trouble. A grand jury has indicted him on 16 federal counts of disorderly conduct. He was charged for filing false reports about an alleged hate crime attack. The Empire actor was born in the Bay Area, Santa Rosa. And here's the reaction in his hometown.
It would be really, really horrible if the accusations are actually true, because there are people who are targeted because they're African American, gay.
She deserves it. I'm glad.
It's very unfortunate for everyone involved. There's enough things going on that are real without somebody coming along and then faking it.
Legal experts say that Smollett could face up to 3 years in prison. He's denying the allegations.
And we have learned this morning that no charges will be filed in the latest Stephon Clark protests.
Our street! Our street! Our street!
84 people were arrested on Monday night, angry over the Sacramento County DA's decision not to charge the Sacramento officers who killed Clark last year, mistaking his cell phone for a gun. That same DA said that she will not prosecute Monday's demonstrators. She said, quote, "in the interests of justice." And singer R. Kelly remains in custody in Illinois. He is expected to remain in jail until he pays more than $161,000 in back child support. Now, meantime, the father of one of Kelly's live-in girlfriends is having his say.
Angelo Clary says he's hurt by what the singer has said about his daughter in interviews with CBS News' Gayle King. More now from reporter Kara Finstrom.
That's not my daughter. I tell you what it is that's not my daughter. The woman she had become now is like robotic, like somebody just got an on and off switch that Kelly say this is what he say.
Clary claims his daughter has been cut off for years, not only from loved ones, but also news and social media. Earlier this week, Azrael and Kelly's other live-in girlfriend, Joycelyn Savage, spoke with CBS This Morning's Gayle King. Kelly is facing 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse, and authorities say 3 of the 4 alleged victims were underage. The Grammy-winning singer also in jail right now for failure to pay child support. Gayle King asked Azrael, who's now 21, about her parents' claims Kelly aggressively controlled her. Clary responded with searing accusations against her parents. Here's what she said and how her father just responded.
When I was 17, my parents were actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take sexual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encouraged you to do sexual videos with R. Kelly?
Yes. And they said because if they ever have to blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him, which is exactly what they're doing.
That man had never in his life gave me, my wife, or anyone, any money that had to do with anything with my daughter or anything else.
They have never, I want to be clear about this. They have never demanded money from R. Kelly. They have not received a dollar or a penny from R. Kelly, and this is not blackmail.
Kelly, who is 52, has pleaded not guilty to all of the criminal allegations. Mr. Clary says when his daughter first met Kelly, she was a rising singing star, but also vulnerable because she had attempted suicide. His biggest fear is she could try to hurt herself again.
That was Kara Finstrom reporting. Now, R. Kelly maintains that he has not had sexual relationships with underage women. He says those claims and allegations that he's been abusive to women that he's been with are all lies.
Former Army intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning is in jail for failing to testify in a WikiLeaks investigation. This is her mugshot. Manning has said that she objects to the secrecy of the grand jury process and that she already revealed everything that she knows at her court-martial. The judge says Manning will remain in jail until she testifies or until the grand jury concludes. Manning was convicted in 2013 of leaking classified government information to WikiLeaks.
And President Trump defending his former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, who was just sentenced to prison.
I feel very badly for Paul Manafort. I think it's been a very, very tough time for him.
Manafort received a 47-month sentence for fraud and tax evasion, and it's far less than what's recommended for those crimes. Manafort's lawyer and the president both say that the shorter sentence proves that there was no collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. Now, President Trump would not say whether he would pardon Manafort. Instead, he focused on his former attorney, Michael Cohen.
Michael Cohen lied about the pardon. That was a stone-cold lie. And he's lied about a lot of things, but when he lied about the pardon, that was really a lie.
President Trump tweeted that Michael Cohen asked the president for a pardon, and that Trump said no. Now, that directly contradicts Cohen's testimony to Congress last week, and Cohen says it's the president who's lying.
President Trump describes the tornado damage in eastern Alabama as, quote, unbelievable. Yesterday, the president and First Lady Melania Trump observed a moment of silence in front of 23 crosses, one for each person killed in Sunday's powerful storms. Later, the president signed Bibles at a church and posed for photos with survivors. Sunday's tornadoes were the deadliest to hit Alabama since 2013.
All right, one thing to keep in mind if you're going to be standing out at a BART station. Rain is coming back this morning, like within the next few hours. If you haven't already gotten some light scattered showers, we're all going to get widespread steady rain by the time we get to that 8, 9 o'clock hour this morning, and that'll stay with us through about noon, and then it'll turn to scattered showers. We're going to do that again Sunday. Scattered showers throughout the day on Sunday. There will be plenty of breaks of blue sky out there this weekend, but you just have to know there's also going to be some showers mixed in. No rain Monday, and then look, no rain Wednesday through Friday, and it's going to be sunny and in the mid-60s, so it's going to be a little different.
We're going to hold you to that. We really need it.
Yes. All right, it is time for us to call it a morning. Thank you for watching KPIX 5 News this morning.